Hey everybody, I want a wisdom here. Just took a fully upgraded Dino Ring with Soul Gem through his final heroic challenge, which was Wham Shells. It was amazingly simple. It's crazy what all the upgrades will do.
Too late.
Obviously, I wasn't planning on recording anymore tonight. I recorded the Earth and then the Fire Element Skylanders full upgrades, and then I remembered I kind of knew what I was going to do with Life. Still debating some things on Air, Water, and Undead as far as which path I'm on, but anyway, Stealth Elf, who has been an absolute beast for me, literally about as good as you could hope for. You can see 98 speed. I've only done the 6 speed challenges with her at this point as well. That said, I've upgraded her. Her basic powers are going to be the Blade Dash and the stealthier decoy. Her 4 base upgrades: Straw Pook Scarecrow. A scarecrow appears in place of your decoy and distracts enemies. Then Dragon Fang Dagger. Blades do increased damage and look cool. Sturdy Scarecrows next up. Scarecrows last longer and take more damage to destroy. And last up is her tertiary move, the Arboreal Acrobatics. Press Z to perform a quick acrobatic move, which this is what I used over and over again for the speed runs, and it worked flawlessly. Then you basically have to pick a path. You can do Poop Blade Saint or Forest Ninja. I don't really remember what it's called, but basically it develops your Scarecrow, powers. I went ahead, went down the primary one with her blades. I've been extremely happy with it. Elf Jitsu. Press AA, hold B for Poison Spores, and press AA, hold Z for Blade Fury. So she's got 2 little combos there. Elven Sunblade. Blade attack does even more increased damage. In fact, it does so much damage I've never even really had to rely on the combos. I do them from time to time, but it's never by choice. It's just I kind of hit Z at the wrong time. But the Elven Sunblade really is what sets her apart and makes her just insanely powerful. That said, we've got one more upgrade, and in the Sylvan Regeneration Soul Gem, as you can see, she has got plenty of cash on hand to make both happen. That said, there's her tertiary move. Primary now, you can kind of see that, and then there's one of the combos and the Poison Spores. And then the other combo, you can kind of see there, which that one's crazy. The few times I accidentally hit it and there were enemies, they were not there long. Okay, her final upgrade down the Poop Blade Saint path is the Shadow's Bane Blade Dance. Magical blades fight alongside you as if she needed anything else to help her. We'll go ahead and do this. So now, yeah, we've got 4 blades behind us, and okay. Yeah, I'd be really worried if I came across Stealth Elf in a dark alley. But next up is her Soul Gem, Sylvan Regeneration. Regenerate health over time, requires Soul Gem in the Falling Forest. Go ahead and pick that up, and she still has enough to basically do almost everything but the Soul Gem again. Which I didn't show her Scarecrow attack earlier, but now you kind of see that. But yeah, so I guess if she is low on health, you can just kind of spend time dragging stuff out and she'll refill. So like I said, Stealth Elf is an insanely strong character and very quick. But there she is, maxed out down the Poop Blade Saint path. Obviously I do have another Stealth Elf from the 3DS starter pack, but haven't done anything with that one. I may take it down the other path, but really I think this is the way to go. So we will back out. Our second life element, Skylander, is the always faithful Stump Smash here. I think I've done quite a bit of upgrades with him. He's got the speed challenges done. Speed's 91, surprisingly. He kind of seems, it's like a wham shell, he just seems slower than that. But you have to admit, he looks pretty freaking awesome. You know, he'd probably do better than the pirate hat, but it's just I've left it on him for whatever reason. Anyway, primary attack, pulverize, press A to smash, AA and A does combo. When acorns attack, spit acorns at foes to slow your enemies down. And then his first of 4 base upgrades, petrified pummel, stump fist attacks do increased damage. Next up, spiny acorns. Acorns are spiny and do increased damage. And then Mega Nut is his tertiary one. Press Z to create a Mega Nut that damages any enemy it touches. And last but not least, Thorn Bark. Thorns shoot out when you're hit, damaging nearby enemies, which is a pretty cool defensive maneuver. Then basically you're faced with picking a path. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I can think of what they're called. Basically, I think it's Smash and Bash or Nutcrafter, something to that effect. Obviously, he's got tons of money here, but I went down the primary path. First one being Stump Crusher combos. Press AA, hold B for Stump Fist charge. Press AA, hold Z for Stump Fist spin. So we will go ahead, I'll kind of demo everything for you. There's his base attack. You can see it kind of alternates right and left until you do a combo, which is right there, sort of the cruncher. And then I don't know that I've done that before in gameplay. That's pretty crazy. I'll try the other one now. Okay, well, you get the general idea. And then his Mega Nut is right there. You can basically then just kind of push it around, whatever. Then also he spits these smaller spiny acorns. Obviously you can just do it over and over again. But now we'll come in and actually finish out his upgrades. He's got a great laugh, by the way. Acorn Croquet. Press Z when facing a Mega Nut to send it flying at your enemies. This was something I've been waiting for. There's many times it would have been helpful. But say you've got some Shadow Knights or Archean Defenders coming in Quicksilver Vault. Put out the Mega Nut, press Z, and you're going to be dealing some massive damage. So he's a pretty cool character, in all honesty. His final upgrade down this path is Smash Mega Nut. Press A when facing a Mega Nut to make it explode, damaging enemies. Okay, so there's our Mega Nut, and of course now when you press Z, you can do Croquet. You can also, of course, spit it out and just smash it, make it blow up. The last one, which is I've always been interested by this one, is Soul Gem. You can float and regain health in water. Requires Soul Gem and Perilous Pastures. Gonna go ahead and take that. Still have quite a bit of money left over. Obviously I can't really lose health here. There's nothing that can do that to us, but I've got to go down here right now, and I just want to see him in the water. Okay, so we'll come here on the beach. Okay, so he's incredibly slow, but nonetheless, this is pretty unique because we've got a life element sky. He just actually floats. He doesn't move at all. You have to do that yourself. Okay. The Z button does nothing. B button does nothing. But check this out. The A button, he spits water up. So obviously you can't really do any attacks from this position, damage enemies. You would just basically, if there was a ship with pirates here, they would just be pummeling us with exploding squids or something, and we would spit water, But that said, if say you clear an area of enemies and you're extremely low on health, you can just come in, kick back, relax in the water, and regain your health. So Much like Stealth Elf, you know, he's able to regenerate health, which is pretty cool, in all honesty. And you've got to admit, he's one of the you know, more unique Skylanders in the game. That would bring us now to our third life element Skylander. We will pull Stump Smash, one of the old guard, and we will bring out Zook. Gotten to really like Zook. Here is his base attack, just the Mortar Blast or Merv Mortar. It's got a little lag on it, you know, it doesn't shoot super far. The Mortar Blast you see right there. And then his secondary attack, which is kind of defensive, he can spring up 2 rows of mushrooms that he can then sit behind and, you know, pummel enemies. So we will come in now. Well, let me show you. We've done 16 heroics with him. He's got decent speed. Yeah, he's done everything here. Base bazooka attack. Press A to fire the bazooka. Hold A to extend the range. Foliage barrier, grow a barricade of plants to protect yourself. Then his 4 base upgrades. Hardwood shells, bazooka shells and shrapnel do increased damage. Fungal bloom, barrier stronger and takes longer for enemies to destroy. Third upgrade on his base is the mortar attack, which is tertiary. Press Z to launch a mortar attack. And finally, his last base upgrade, full splinter jacket, bazooka shells create more shrapnel. Okay, it's actually his soul gem is a Merv mortar. Let's go ahead.
Is it time for play?
Yes, it is. Okay, so you have to pick Artilleryman, which is obviously going to upgrade the bazooka, or Floral Defender, which is going to develop his defense. This is the logical way to go, Artilleryman, but I feel like he deals quite a bit of damage, and it's kind of unique that his you know, defensive shield will actually, when upgraded, push back enemies and deal damage, as opposed to just kind of like breaking when they hit it. So I'm going to do something different, do Floral Defender plus cactuses, you know, kind of cool. So that did nothing, of course, and now we can upgrade it. The soul gem, though, mortar shells explode into 3 smaller shells. So that'll be kind of nice. We get a little bit of, you know, offense to go with our defense. But cactus barrier's up first. Barrier does damage to any enemy that touches it, which is going to be, like I said, pretty cool. So now, instead of the mushrooms that you just saw, we've got cactus. It's not very dense though, but as you can see, we can shoot from it. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Next up, Mortar of Life. Mortar attack grows a cactus where the shell explodes. That could be nice for advancing your position. Alright, so we will set up our defenses here, and then launch a mortar attack. And you can see we've already got a cactus here to kind of protect us. We can then set up, and, you know, I think this, you know, it's a unique deal, and like I said, it actually damages enemies. So his final one, Fightin' Foliage. Barriers and cacti knock enemies back and do damage. That's really what's going to set him apart. So they look pretty menacing. We'll kind of have to showcase that during gameplay, but, you know, then you can do the mortar, come up, you know, create another wall. Like I said, it'll just kind of be a nice way to do things. That sound is somewhat annoying. At the time, I did not know. Now the soul gem, Merv mortar. Mortar shells explode into 3 smaller shells. Requires a soul gem and troll warehouse. Alright, so we'll come in here, and just for the sake of not hearing the noise, and they turn into the cactuses, I guess, down this path. So that's pretty sweet. Then you can come up and set up a really good defense and just keep it going. So, like I said, kind of did something different with him. Artilleryman's probably a great path as well. But there you see, he's got the base attacks taken care of. Then we went down the secondary Floral Defender path and got a soul gem there. So I think he'll work out nicely. Finally, we have Camo. I'm trying to keep the headset from falling off like it did last night. Alright, so I know that probably is a loud noise when I readjust it, but if it falls off, it's almost deafening. You know, at least for it's not bad for me, but if you're watching the video, it's horrible for you. So, if you recall, Camo, we've got 20 heroics here. He's got nice speed, solid health. I've done all of his base upgrades. You know, the 4 after his primary Sunblast, blast enemies with concentrated life energy. Secondary firecracker vines, conjure up fast-growing vine of explosive melons. His first base upgrade, Searing Sunblast, they do increased damage. Then Melon Fountain, which is his tertiary attack. Press Z to send melons flying everywhere. Third upgrade, Firecracker Food. Firecracker vines do increased damage. And then Vigorous Vines. Firecracker vines move quicker and further. So we're ready to pick a path for Camo. We'll come in here. The problem here, you know, Melon Master is what I want to do. You can basically kind of build a wall and then, you know, launch melons and do a lot of damage. However, there's apparently an issue on the Wii where it doesn't actually give you the extra damage. You know, it'll treat it like you had no upgrades down that path whatsoever. So we'll say instead of like dealing maybe 48 or 52 damage, it might deal like, you know, 14. Which defeats the purpose of it, you know, aside from having the defense. That said, I'm going to go Vine Virtuoso, further develop your Firecracker Vines. It's really a shame you can't upgrade his primary attack, because it's great right out of the box, you know, maybe that's why, but Martial Bounty, Firecracker Vines create more exploding melons, which I forgot to show them to you ahead of time. There's his tertiary attack, which I think is pretty cool. His primary works great in my opinion, and now you'll see his upgraded vines. So, you know, I'll work with it. Peppers of Potency, Firecracker vines do even more damage. Okay. The way he sounds just cracks me up still. There's really not much to see with that, you know. Proliferation, create 2 firecracker vines at once. I think I might have enjoyed Melon Master more, even if it didn't do the damage. Okay, you don't actually do separate ones, it Y's off. That said, that's probably going to deal a crud ton of damage, which, you know, I guess it'll work. You know, the watermelon deal looked cool, but you know, if it has a glitch where it doesn't deal the damage, it's, you know, kind of sad. Last up is his Soul Gem, Orbiting Sun Shield. Hold A to create a Sunblast shield. Requires a Soul Gem in the Goo Factory. So we'll pick that up for his final upgrade. Skip that. Come over here. There's his base attack, of course. And then when we hold A, okay. Oh, and that's pretty cool. You can do your secondary attack with the shield going, and you can even do Melon Master with the shield going. So, you know, I think that'll work out pretty well. You know, I may come in and do another Camo down the other path just to kind of compare the two. But, you know, again, I think it's only the Wii where there's that possible issue. Some people say they don't have it, other people, most people say they do. So again, you know, that's like if you picked Flame Burner Spyro on Wii and you do all the flame attack upgrades and it deals the same as a box stock Spyro. You know, even if you liked it better than, say, Blitz Spyro, where you do the charge attack, if the charge attack then deals 5 times the damage of your ineffective upgrade path due to the glitch, it just, you know, mathematically and commonsensically it makes sense to go that way. But Camo, like I said, got quite a few heroics done, and went down the primary path, picked up the Martial Bounty, Peppers of Potency, Proliferation, and the Orbiting Sun Shield. Which cool thing there, we can actually use our attacks while having the shield. So that basically it. We came in, finished off the final two for Stump Smash and Stealth Elf. I believe they both had only two. Then took Zook and Camo from their base upgrades down paths and with the Soul Gem. So pretty cool. I think Stealth Elf and Stump Smash Soul Gems pretty sweet in the fact they can regain health. I'll have to try that out in the level to get a kind of time frame on it. I don't know if it's how long it would take you to fully recover, or what, but we'll check that out. Like I said, shortly after you see this video, you'll probably see the video of the Life Element Skylanders fully upgraded in action. That's of course the part I look the most forward to, kind of see how they do in gameplay, and that may change some of my impressions here as well. But questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube or the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And as always, thanks for watching.